Hi, everybody. It is Christine Beyond Lilo with the one and only Jamie. Hi, Jamie.
Hi.
So, Jamie, I found her on Instagram out of all places, you guys. Like, I was just like, I love your energy. It's the same as mine. I feel like we're on the same mission. We're here to help people get healthy. And so, she is the gut health queen, everybody. And I'm going to be interviewing her. She's going to share her story. She's going to just share her story and share what's really going on behind the curtains, under the table, things that we as human beings don't know, what's in our food, how it's affecting our health, our gut, our body, our skin. I cannot wait for you to share what you went through and your awakening. So go ahead and introduce yourself. Let us know where you're from, who you are, why you are, and all the good stuff.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. I am so honored to be here. I'm Jamie. I'm the gut health queen. I need a crown, but I'm just passionate about gut health. I really want to help people. There's so much information out there and misinformation these days, and I'm just here on a mission to make us all have a healthier, happier existence in this life.
You're amazing for just wanting to reach out to people and let them know, like, this is what's going on. Like, if you're not reading the ingredients, if you're not reading the labels, if you're not like putting your health first, down the line, this is what's going to happen to you. So, why don't you first of all share a little bit of your background? How were you growing up? Did you grow up with mommy and daddy? Did they feed you the right way, or did you eat the fast food stuff like what my mom did? We went to
Yeah.
McDonald's. Like, I got
Well,
free lunch growing up. I even remember my PIN code growing up at school. It was like 1181, and I got free lunch like all the years that I was in school. So how
yeah.
was it growing up?
Well, I mean, not to throw shade at my family because they did the best they could when
Right.
they could, and I love them for it. But at the time, we didn't realize what was really in those fast food meals. I loved the toys, that was such a grab and a go-to thing in our family. And then at home, we ate Hungry Man dinners and Campbell's soup. And while I liked that stuff at the time, I thought my grandfather had several heart attacks, strokes, and all kinds of things in front of me when I was at home and he was caregiving for me. My mom was a single mom. She worked. And so it to this day, it's like it was a trauma. And I started really digging in, wondering what's in this food. Why does my throat hurt every time I eat citric acid? I thought I was allergic to citrus. And I told people that, but then I realized, no, I'm not. I'm allergic to citric acid because it's fermented black mold. And there's just so much that people are underestimating when it comes to their health until it's too late.
Wow. And say that one more time. Citric acid?
I noticed that my throat was always feeling weird with certain foods I ate as a kid. Like, I don't know what kid reads food labels, but I did. And this wasn't coming from a family member. No one said to do this, but I was very curious. And so I realized, well, yellow number six was bothering me and citric acid. I really seriously noticed this as like a 7-year-old. And so as I got older, I learned more and more, and it's come to my attention that citric acid is fermented black mold. Mold is not good for you. So why
Horrible.
would you
Horrible.
ferment like the most toxic mold out there? I
And
I
why are we even
don't.
adding that in our food? What is the citric acid for? Like, what is it?
Like, is it essential? I have no
Yeah.
idea. It's hard to
So
understand
just
all
make
of the
sure
motivation.
that, yeah, so just make sure, everybody, that when you're reading the ingredients, when you're reading the labels, if it says citric acid, do not buy it.
I wouldn't. I mean, and they're getting pretty sneaky these days with MSG that is really known to cause serious health problems. They're renaming it other things, so you just have to be pretty savvy. I mean, I like to shop with Farmers Direct, but that way I know my food is safe and I keep it pretty simple.
Yeah,
This was like years ago that I spent every second reading labels like my life depended on it, but you know what? It does. That's just the truth.
absolutely, absolutely. So thank you so much for sharing that. That's something I just learned right now from you. So really good to
Cool.
know. Black mold
Yeah.
is horrible. It just
No, you don't want
horrible.
that. No, you don't want that.
Okay, so what are some of the biggest lies we've been told about gut health and healthy food?
Okay, I love the question and I want to answer 10 things, but I'll try to say number one for me.
Okay.
because I really want to get into parasites. I mean, obviously there's a big cover up going and there's so much. I'm not an expert on that. I'm learning because I mean, like I said,
Same.
there's a lot of cover up, you know.
Yeah.
So anyway, for me, what I learned and what I really feel to be true, GMOs. Okay, they have one life cycle. That is not what God intended. That is not natural to the body. They are genetically modified, meaning that the structural integrity of those organisms are jumbled in a way that the body, sure, you might not get an immediate reaction. Well, some people do, but the problem is we have leaky gut in our society, permeability of the gut, and these GMOs float through these tiny little holes, and then the body gets triggered in an autoimmune way. And this is causing autoimmune diseases to skyrocket. And here we go again with the cover up. You'll find these studies, they'll disappear. There's big money behind this, stopping this information, and people don't realize how dangerous they truly are over time.
I myself am learning a lot about parasites. My dear, dear friend Asdean, who I'm going to be interviewing very soon, he's
Mhm.
like a fruitarian, aeritarian. Like he's one of my friends that is like the healthiest. I've known him. He's one of my oldest friends, and he's the friend that has been into health ever since day one of me meeting him. And just recently, he like released worms out of all friends. I'm like, you're like the healthiest friend. So we all have these parasites. It's just
And it's like,
wild.
think about it holistically, how this is all as a picture. You know, that's why I said I wanted to give you 10 answers.
Yeah.
There's so much going on in our bodies that they're not telling us about the full story and picture and how all the puzzle pieces. If you're putting inflammation into your body, if you're eating foods that your body is thinking, oh, this is not like the regular food, this is something different, your body is suddenly inflamed and now you have inflammation. Again, I'm not a parasite expert. I'd love to know from you, but do you feel like parasites would thrive in an environment like that,
Yeah, so
that is inflamed?
we all have parasites. It's a thing. Parasites, some of them are actually there to help us because they do eat, they thrive, they love the chemicals, the bad shit, the
Yeah.
heavy metals, they love that.
Yep.
But it's so important to do the heavy metal detox first and then the parasite detox
Yeah.
second because they thrive in like areas they hide in us. Nowadays, we're eating unhealthy 24/7, like you said, it's
Most
hidden
people.
stuff, most people.
Sorry.
Yes,
Yeah.
now we as humans are full. I mean,
Yeah.
full of
The
parasites. They're in
scales have tipped.
our brain, our heart, our skin, our blood, our muscles. They're pooping, they're peeing in us because they're eating all the heavy metals, all the toxins. So they're pooping and peeing in us. So then where do you think that goes? That's why we're feeling sluggish, depressed. We all have parasites, but nowadays it's out of control. And so we really need to watch what we're eating, what we're consuming. We really need to read
Yeah.
ingredients. We have to stop eating fast food. We need to start making our own food. Don't you want to
I
make your own
know.
food anyways? Like just
I
get
love
into
it.
the habit. I know a lot of times, oh, I'm busy, I'm this, I'm that, I don't have the time. Get into the habit of reading ingredients, get into the habit of making your own beautiful food. This is what's going to matter. And do your detoxes, do your heavy metal detox, your parasite detox, and rebuild a beautiful relationship with food from Earth, from
Beautiful.
Mother Earth. Um,
Yes.
and that's what we both work on telling people, expressing to people. I work for a company where we help people rebuild their relationship with natural, organic, raw living,
Mm.
beautiful foods, cooked foods. And then I also have a cleanse where we remove parasites also. And so, we're here for you. And yeah, is there anything else you would like to share on that?
Well, yeah, I just want to keep in mind that like it's all a holistic system. And I think for a lot of people, they're like, well, this is overwhelming. It really is as simple as just signing up with your farmer, getting a CSA subscription box. They come right to your house. You have your meat, your eggs, your produce, and then you just learn to keep it simple. I mean, you don't have to cook these big elaborate meals. You
Yeah.
can make a charcuterie board in minutes. You can grill
Oof.
a steak in 20 minutes.
I love
Yay.
that. I love that so much.
Yeah, keep it fun and easy.
So from me to you, I'm going to ask you, anxiety and gut health, how is
Hmm.
that related? Were you full of anxiety before you woke
Yes.
to all this?
Yes.
So what is that? What is that for
I
you?
had experienced a trauma like, most people have, a lot of people have. I got through it, but I was shaking physically with adrenaline rushing through my body. My hands would physically shake for about a year. And, at first I handled it various ways, and then I got more strategic over time. But I had gone to the doctor because after a while that took a toll. And I said, Doctor, I can't get out of bed. I'm exhausted. I think I'm going through menopause. Like, can you check my hormones? Of course, what doctor in America is going to check your hormones? I don't know. None. So that was a flop. And then I started getting all these crazy bladder infections. Well, sure enough, they did nothing. They said, Your labs are normal. I then went on to a naturopath. $7,000 later, I was crying and desperate. And I tried the supplements and they did work. They really, really helped me. But I cannot afford her $2,000 a month protocol. So
No.
I swapped every single one out for food and it worked. It worked. So now I'm the gut health queen. I'm going to help people. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. I have chills, like full body chills for real,
I love
because
that.
I really am so passionate about helping people and healing through food. It is medicine, and I feel like 100 years ago, our ancestors knew this. What happened? How did we forget this?
Mm.
All the medicine we need is right in the kitchen.
I love that so much. So would you say that that was your aha moment was when you were like, I don't have enough money for this. Like, I'm just gonna
Yeah,
start switching this and start doing that.
yeah.
So,
All my bladder infections
yeah.
gone. I actually, I've had a hysterectomy. I did not want to do that, but I had to do that at the time, I felt. And I didn't really realize the gut health link at the time, which is kind of frustrating, but I do now. And I'll tell you this, if I feel those symptoms coming on, I know exactly the protocol to take. And I don't go to the doctor anymore. I don't need to. I don't really get
Amen.
sick. My immunity is way up. But if something creeps in, I know exactly what to eat or, if I need to supplement, like where to go. It's amazing. I feel like I've unlocked like the holy grail. I don't even know what that means exactly, but I'm like, yay, this is awesome.
Amen to that. Like, how cool is
Yay.
that where you're like, you know what? I'm gonna do it my way.
Yeah.
And I'm going to reconnect back to like real food because
Yeah.
it's in the real food. And that is so beautiful. You got to recreate your relationship with real food,
It's
like
amazing.
natural
Profound.
food.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what are some not like ingredients, but certain foods for certain symptoms would you say? Like share with us, what's good for headaches, what's good for cramping, like what's good for like whatever you went through, you said
Yeah.
UTI and stuff like that.
Yeah.
What are some foods that are good for certain symptoms?
Okay, this is amazing. So in the Bible, there's a bunch of um, recipes for like sourdough and certain things, but there's spices that are mentioned over and over. I use these spices in my cooking. I'm not like necessarily like a Bible thumper or anything like that. I'm a spiritual being having a human experience. Like this is where we're at. But I think it's kind of interesting that that stuff snuck in there.
I
And
love
when
that. I know,
I
so cool.
and when I had insulin resistance after my hysterectomy, I gained 30 pounds. I've always been like on the extra small side. So to me, this was a wow. And I was stuck. I didn't know what to do. I was tired. Inflammation is the silent killer. It's amazing how scary inflammation can be. Stress can cause it, what have you. But spices, they will knock this stuff out. You don't need Advil. You need turmeric, ginger, cinnamon, cloves, cayenne pepper, garlic. I'm telling you, nature provides everything we need, and you just put it in a hot drink and drink it. I've like had chills the entire time. Like it's so nice to share this message with people. I'm telling you, it will really change your life. Headache, cramping, anything, you name it. Mood boost, let's go.
Oh gosh, nature provides everything we need. That's going to be like the title to this video, I think. Like
Great.
you said it. It's just so beautiful how like healing comes from the earth. Like not
Yes.
from these pills, it's not from these
No.
chemicals. Like
No.
it's real, it's alive,
Yeah.
it's stuff. And so would you say to someone that's like used to the pills, used to, eating fast food? I'm sure someone who is
Yeah.
like this, they're not just going to say, let me pick up some cinnamon and now I feel better.
Probably.
Does it take like changing the way you eat? What are the steps to like really feeling, the symptoms from these natural foods, if that makes sense?
It does make sense. I love the question. What I would say is your taste buds will change over time. Our food in the mass market is chemically engineered to taste extra good. It makes you crave it. That's what they're doing. So, you have to want to change. If you don't want to change, you don't want to change. Unfortunately, you're going to have that aha moment that I had, that rude awakening, and it will wake you up to the truth. If you're curious and you wanted to start with the hot drink with the spices in the morning, this is going to bring the inflammation down in your body. You will notice it after about a week or two. There's going to be an effect. You're going to, like, for me, I was shocked. I was like, I don't need coffee anymore. Like, now coffee's a
Yes.
choice. If
Hmm.
my anxiety is in check, I'll have a coffee if I want. Like, I don't need coffee anymore. And it just takes away, like, if you're hard living or you've made some off choices, it just kind of cuts that effect. So I would say start there and just get curious. Like, a salad after you're used to having McDonald's is not going to taste good. Like, we got to start slow, baby steps, manageable.
I
I
love
have,
that.
yeah, just baby steps, baby.
Baby steps, get curious. Like you
Yeah.
said, read ingredients and then start drinking more water, stop the sodas, stop all the different types of pastry.
Healthy swaps. You can't just
Yeah.
like stop something either. Like that, nobody's going to be successful at that.
Hmm.
I really believe there's a lot of alternatives out there that are healthy and they're going to give you that thing, that intangible thing that you're really drinking the soda for.
I love that so much. How
Okay.
has your emotional or spiritual health changed since healing your gut?
Woo, girl. Oh my gosh. Not only do I wake up in a good mood every day, and I'm not saying I'm not stressed out. I have a lot on my plate. I'm a human like everybody else. We all have stuff. We all have days. I wake up in a good mood every day. Not only that, I feel amazing. My energy is through the roof. How it's so obvious that that would change your perception of reality. It changes your ability to cope with stress. It keeps you more creative. I've started two companies since I've gained my health back that are total like deviation from my original career. I mean, this is profound.
Yeah.
This changes everything. Your gut and your brain are intimately linked through the vagus nerve. They communicate. 80 to 90% of your neurotransmitters are made in your gut. So when you start really healing your gut, over time, you're right. It's not going to be immediate. It's not going to be one salad and you're better.
Yeah.
Over time, it is profound. It's like a switch flipping, and your whole life is better. It's
Mhm.
amazing. It's
Yes.
amazing.
Over time, it takes time, but you will start seeing the results right
Yeah,
away. You just have to stick to it. Like, who wants to
yeah,
eat greasy, bad stuff anyways? Once you start waking up to like how unhealthy it is, like,
yeah,
really change your ways and it's day and night. It's like
yeah.
live for the future and, you know, stay connected to your farmers
Yes.
rather
Thank you
than the
for repeating.
pharmacy,
Yes.
right? And yeah, and just know that this is what matters and this is the truth
Yeah.
and your body and your family, like they need to be good. They need to be
Yeah. It's
healthy
worth
and happy
it.
and feel alive.
It's freaking worth it. Like, what are you're prioritizing your taste buds and the dopamine that you're getting over your health. To me, that's not a trade-off I'm willing to make. And I'm not perfect. I abide by 80/20. I believe that we have the joy of living. We're like, let's take our risks where we need to take our risks, but let's just be more
Yeah.
mindful, an inch in the right direction.
You said it. You said it. We're not saying like stop everything that, the standard American diet is doing. Like just be more aware and like know that there's natural remedies. And then
Yeah.
that's just going to take you down this portal of so much that you're going to be learning. And it's just what matters. It's for your
Yeah.
kids, it's for your family, it's for
Life changing.
the energy. The energy is going to be way better. Now,
Yeah.
where can we find you? What's new with you? What are you creating? What are we excited to see from you?
Oh, thank you for asking. So you can find me on Instagram. I'm the Gut Health Queen, so gut.health.queen. And then I actually also have a business called Sacred Alchemy. I do wandering picnics. There are these amazing events. They're under the stars. There's singing bowls, breath work, meditation, health food. They're healing community events. I just love doing these. They're really just like fun for me. I am working on a couple of secret projects and just about to print my cookbook. So it's really more than a cookbook. It's a 21-day detox and like or you could use it even as just like a 3-day. You could tweak it. It's very customizable. It just gets us back into the mindset of food is medicine. Food is medicine. And we forgot that. Everything I do is to help people remember that. And however I can inspire you, whether it's my content or my coaching, I do individualized coaching and I help people make healing blueprints that are customized to them because I'm tired of the one size fits all thinking. That is so 2024. We're done with that, in my opinion. I don't think that works for people. And I think that's why so many people are left like, okay, now what? So anyway, I'm working on a lot, but that's just kind of it in a nutshell.
Well, I'm so excited to see all the things that you will be offering. And is there anything else that you would like to share with the world about gut health, about eating healthy? Is there any last thing that you would like to share for someone who maybe is just awakening to all of this, someone who,
Mhm.
maybe isn't, but they're interested in watching this, and it could lead to them waking up to
Yeah.
the simple things in life, like reading ingredients. And if, the ingredient is a huge name, like stay away from it. You want to stick to simple
Back
ingredients.
away.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
what's one more thing you could share with everyone, and then we'll end it at that. And then I'm just gonna have you on again because this was
Yay.
too good. It just felt so natural. You guys, this is actually our very first time meeting. So like I was just like, I found her on Instagram and I was like, you're great. Like, let's
Let's
be
do it.
friends.
Yay.
And so this is us meeting for the first time, and it's been so awesome. So what can
Yeah.
you say to everybody right now?
I would say, like, if anything, if you're a skeptic, you can keep your skeptical energy or you can try it. Why don't you just try like 1 week of eating clean or, making those positive baby steps in the right direction and tell me you don't feel better because I bet you will. So I would say just try to stay curious, keep an open mind, explore new things, just get in the kitchen and cook for yourself. You're going to be amazed at the difference you'll feel.
I love that so much. And what I would say too is like, yes, like we're not over here saying like everyone's eating unhealthy. Like there's a lot of people out there who's like doing their part, and I love
Yeah.
that. And so I also today I ended up eating something that made me feel like crap, and I had to like drink a lot of water and green tea and like a watermelon after. So we're all in this game together. We're all learning. And
Yeah.
so from me to you, yeah, I would just say like just keep being curious and keep reading labels. Like that was honestly what helped
Yeah.
me. Like that was the beginning for me. Enjoy making food at your house. Like I have people closest to me where like my whole life that I've known them, people in my family, they eat fast food for years for
Yeah.
lunch, they work, and
Same.
on their 1 hour break they go and get fast food. Try to get into that mentality of like making yourself a nice wrap and then the night before and then putting it in the fridge so that you have a nice lunch rather than being like, I'm too busy, I'm working, I can only eat fast food. Like just start little by little, like what you said, Jamie, is like start little by little changing your ways. It's really important that I share that with you all because the food that's out there, especially fast food, is it's no good, the ingredients. So for me,
Once you go digging
so
down that rabbit hole, that's one you can't take back. It's
yeah.
pretty shocking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So,
more on parasite cleanses, more on
yes.
boxing, and I'm just so
Yes.
grateful that I got to have you on here.
Thank
Many
you.
blessings, everybody. God bless you all, and we're all in this together. So
Yes.
the more we learn, the more we're gonna like, share with the world because we care and we love you all. So I'm
Yes.
excited to just continue to see your journey, Jamie, of like your gut health. You are so
Yay.
knowledgeable. I love your story and keep doing you.
Thank you. You too, girl. So
Mwah.
fun. Thank you.
Of course, bye everybody. Until next time, next video, stay tuned because I'm going to be interviewing my dear friend Asdeen. He literally released tons of parasites. I can't even just even thinking
Uh,
about that is wild. Okay, many blessings. Bye.